It's Christmas month. I just love December. It gives me an excuse to just be like a big kid and also buy presents for all of my favorite people. Yeah, it is a little bit cold and it's a little bit dark, but that just gives you plenty of time to hunker down with some great RPGs. And this month is stacked with 10 of them. And hey y'all, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe for some more news, top 10s, and reviews, and also hit that like button for the ratio. So now, let's all take out our Christmas cookies and go over this list. First up at number 1, we have Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince, who released on the Nintendo Switch on December 1st. Anybody who knows me knows that I love Dragon Quest. It is my favorite series after all. So any month that includes a Dragon Quest game in it is a good month as far as I'm concerned. And we're hot off the heels from the Adventure of Dai, but now we get to not play as a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed protagonist, but as a dark and brooding antagonist, Sorrow, who was actually the final boss of Dragon Quest IV back in the day. But here, he's been cursed and he's younger, and now he has to use monsters to fight for him as he delves deeper into Naderia, while also exploring the relationship between him and the mysterious elf with the ruby tears, Rose. Number 2, Born of Bread, who released for the PC on December 5th. I'm sorry, but this is just cute AF! Here, the developers have baked up a turn-based throwback to the classic cartoony RPGs filled with fun characters and charming stories. Beings from another age are wreaking havoc across the land, so of course it falls to the unlikeliest hero, a golem born of bread who sets off to explore a world full of mysteries, complete with an eclectic cast of party members, a wacky storyline, puzzles, and minigames, as well as bright 2.5D graphics. I remember seeing this and going over it in New RPG News because it was just too cute, and now I'm happy to say that there is a demo that you can try out as well. Number 3, Enclave HD, to release for the PS5 on December 5th. While this did originally come out in June for the PS4, Xbox, and Switch, it's now been ported over to the PS5. This is a remake of the original Enclave, but now with updated graphics, a refreshed soundtrack, and quality of life improvements, it is better than ever. This third-person action RPG features intense medieval combat, as well as 6 available classes that you can choose to play through, as well as 2 entirely separate campaigns showcasing the land of Selenheim, a kingdom that's under the threat from the forces of darkness. But are you going to play as a hero of light, or as a demon of darkness? The choice and fate of the kingdom is up to you. Number 4, Vampire: The Masquerade Swansong, released for the Nintendo Switch on December 5th. Previously released last year for the PC, PS4, PS5, and Xbox, this is now finally coming to the Nintendo Switch. Here, you play as 3 different vampires as you harness the powers, embrace their destinies, and face their demons in a riveting story where the choices that you make decide the fate of the city of Boston. Each of the 3 vampires' destinies are intertwined, and you can see the story from their different points of view and make use of their unique abilities to separate the truth from the lies, as you keep your own hunger for blood at bay. Personally, to me, it's not exactly my type of game, but I figured that I'd showcase it here just in case y'all might like it. Number 5, Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, released for the PS5, Xbox, and PC on December 7th. I love a good strategy RPG, and here we kind of have like a Western, isometric, turn-based one. You go off and explore the Kronos Expanse, a barely charted and incredibly perilous region of space. You are the Lord Captain of your own ship, and as such, you can show your subjects mercy or disdain, stay faithful to that God Emperor, or consort with enemies of mankind. Gather up your heroes and guide them through their own personal journeys of discovery as you change the fate of the galaxy itself. Number 6, Oneon Sword: Mists Beyond the Mountains, released for the Nintendo Switch on December 8th. I am liking the looks of this one. It kind of reminds me a bit of Saga Frontier 2 actually, and it is already available over on the PC, but now you can grab it for the console on the Switch. Here, Eastern and Western worlds collide as you embark on an epic journey to find the invincible arts of war until you're unwittingly drawn into a power struggle between all the separate cultures of the world. This expertly combines traditional turn-based RPG mechanics with HD hand-painted sprites, and on your journey, you'll be able to recruit new characters to your party or capture enemies in battle to use too. Only by uniting the powers of East and West can you hope to challenge the ambitions of the Dark Lord who tears at the seams of civilization. Number 7, Hammerwatch II: be released on the PS5 and Nintendo Switch on December 12th. Like some other games that we've seen on this list, this one was previously released on some different systems, but now it's pretty much come to all of the consoles. Following the dragon army seizing the land that you once called home, the dethroned King Roland has selected you as one of the mighty heroes that he believes can restore his kingdom before it is plunged into darkness forever. So, you can customize your hero and choose between 5 distinct classes, then gather up your closest allies to journey through the Hammer Island fallow fields and dark mysterious mountains of Blackbarrow to end Blight the Horrible's evil reign of terror. Number 8. Nuia, released for the PS4, PS5, and Xbox on December 14th. Do y'all remember that old, awful reality show, The Mole, from like the early 2000s, where the contestants had to figure out who that mole was? Well, this is kind of the same sort of thing, as the Nuia pretend to be human, and they come in and they get close to you, but then they eradicate each person in their vicinity. Here, you can actually choose to play as either a human or a Nuia. And if you're a human, you have to find all the Nuia and put them into a cold sleep. If you want to play as a Nuia though, your goal is to attack and eliminate each crew member until they are all dead. Rather than this kind of being like one of those one and done loops though, your characters actually have personalities, and their interpersonal relationships and dynamics really are a highlight here. Number 9, Atlas Wept, released sometime by the end of this year. Are you a fan of Earthbound, or more specifically, Mother 3 or Undertale? Well, then I think that I might have a game in mind for you. Here, you can explore the worlds of 2 separate casts of characters as they embark upon their own unique and separate quests. You'll be alternating back and forth between the 2 parties as their seemingly unrelated stories start to creep closer and closer together. You can engage with a wide variety of enemies and turn-based combat, mixed with kind of like an Undertale bullet hell twist. The whole thing looks really different, and I, for one, am actually kind of excited about it. So come on in and fight to uncover the mystery of who actually holds up the ground beneath your feet. And number 10, The Secret of Arnis, released sometime before the end of the year. Here, we have an actual honest-to-goodness spiritual successor to Final Fantasy Legend series back on the Game Boy, but more specifically, Final Fantasy Legend II. You can choose to have a party of human, espers, robots, or monsters who all level up the exact same way they did back in that classic series. I have always loved that trilogy, and I am so happy that somebody else out there does too. But while the original games can be a tad bit on the grindy side, The Secret of Arnis touts no required grinding, an optional field encounter rate, and other quality of life improvements from those early 90s masterpieces. For me personally, it's Dragon Quest Monsters, Born of Bread, and Atlas Wept, as well as this game as like the highlights and winners of December. So that's it for all the RPGs releasing this month. What games are you going to be picking up, and what are you most excited for? Let's get a discussion going on here, and let's all talk and chat about it, because I'm always in the comments too. And if you like what I do here on the channel, please head on over to the Patreon to sign up for early access to my videos and behind the scenes photographs. The link to it is over in the video description. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.